Hi friends, it's me Renee, coming to you on day 2 of 5 Minutes of Good in April. And today I want to tell you a sweet story from my boys' school. If you watched yesterday, I mentioned that I'm in Adelaide in South Australia, and school is actually still in session until tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day. They're finishing up early before Easter, the following weekend. So despite schools having still been in for the past few weeks, there are a number of parents, for whatever reason, whether they've had to be quarantined or they've just made the decision for themselves, that have kept their children home from school. So the classrooms have been pretty small. Johnny is in reception, which is the first year of primary school. First year of school really in South Australia. We call it reception, and there's 2 reception classrooms. Then the 2 teachers have actually been combining their classrooms for at least the last week, just because the numbers have been so low. Anyway, today they did something really sweet. The teachers from Johnny's class did something sweet, and I just wanted to share it with you guys today because it was really sweet and it was really good. So what they had them do was they made the remaining children left in the classroom make up signs that said, "We miss you," and colour them in and decorate them. And then they contacted the parents of the kids who had been staying at home, and they said, "Look, we're going to come out, our class is going to come out to the front fence of the school at a certain time. Would you be able to drive your children past the school at that time so we can wave to you and we can say hello and we can connect?" And so that's what they did, and it was so sweet, you guys. They put up their photos later on these online apps that we have these days for our children's education. And it really made me feel just a little bit emotional, to be honest. It was a real touch of humanity and a real way to be able to say, even though you've been staying home, that doesn't mean that we've forgotten about you. We still care about you and we miss you. And tonight we prayed for Johnny's teacher, Di. They're all first names at his school, including the principal, so it's Di. And as we were praying, I was thinking, I really don't know when we're going to see Di again. And that sounds really morbid. She's not sick. It's fine. But, optimistically, it might be 3 weeks if we all, get over this thing and come back. But we know realistically it will probably be quite a bit longer than that. So tonight I'm thinking of educators, I'm thinking of students, and I'm particularly thinking of those that are in year 12, whom 2020 has not turned out to be the final year of school that they had imagined and planned for many, many years. Now, in the Bible, there's a book by the name of a guy called Matthew. And Matthew was a friend of Jesus. And he quotes Jesus as saying, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is life not more than food and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they?" You know what? The world wants to tell us messages sometimes about what we should want. And it normally has to do with more, usually more money, because the world tells us wealth equals success. Treat yourself. You deserve it. And what comes along with that are messages about how our life, therefore, should play out. In order to have wealth and be comfortable, because that's what we're looking for, is all comfortable, we've got to have a good job. And in order to have a good job, we need to go to uni. And in order to go to uni, we've got to do really well in high school. And that places an enormous amount of pressure on our year 12 students. And even more so right now, as their final year of school has become, out of anybody's control. And right now there are messages in our culture of scarcity. You know what I'm talking about. Resources are scarce, we are told. We're not really told this, but this is what culture is telling us. Take as much as you can while you can. There's no toilet paper, and so as soon as you see some, you must take more than you need. We need to stockpile resources because there might not be enough. And you know what? We deserve it more than anybody else. But when we look at the life of Jesus, he tells a different story. He says, "Do not worry. God will provide for you." He says, look at the sparrows, or maybe look at, the plainest bird that happens to be in your neighborhood. Do they ever go without? They don't store up food in barns. They don't have savings accounts. And our Creator provides for them every day. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have savings or that we shouldn't be good stewards of the resources that we have been given. Quite the opposite. But God tells us that we don't need to worry. When things feel scarce, when the savings have dried up, when we don't know when the next paycheck is going to come, when we've lost our jobs, when we feel like the future is bleak, when it feels like we're about to go into a financial global crisis, God says, do not worry. I'm still on the throne. I'm still in control. I am your Creator. You are made in my image. How much more valuable are you than the sparrows? I have good plans for your life. He never promises that it's going to be easy, but He does promise to meet your every need. That's it for tonight. I'll see you all tomorrow. You are good. You are loving. You are kind. Bye.